let's make it a bit more interesting. So we have select many here to extract pet name. So here you have a person called Alice. Alice has 2 pets called Max and Milo. So it does extract the pet name from all the people and prints them out. But an interesting combination I want is I not only want the pet name, I also want the owner name to be printed next to each pet. So how do we do that? And you might say, well, actually what you can do is you can just we know the people object there, p.pets. So what we can do is we can just access owner name. And as you can see, IntelliSense doesn't detect that p. It says there's nothing called p. If I do that, you can see it's saying p does not exist in the current context. So how do we solve that? You can see each method is chained on to the select many. But what if we remove this bracket and instead put it down here? Move it from over here to down here. So essentially you can see it was there. And if I remove that and put it here, what's happened is it's changed the structure. Now select many starts over here and it ends over here. So all the code within here has now become part of select many. So that does mean I can now access the p variable there. So you can see it's now available over here. So if I do p.name, I can get the person's name. But then we have another issue to say that this won't work. The reason this won't work is you try to output 2 variables with the select operator, and that's not allowed. So what you need to do is create a new object, an anonymous object, or it could be a named object. So here we're just going to add the word new, stick these 2 properties that we have in the curly braces here. And now we got an error to say an anonymous type cannot have multiple properties at the same time. So what we need to do is need to change the name of one of them or both of them. You can change the name of this one, for example, just to call it person name and make that equal to that. Or you can actually give a name to this one as well. So we can just call it pet name equals. And our code here now works. There are no errors. And then in the loop, this is now an object rather than a simple string. All we need to do that is an item. So we'll just call it an item. Then we're going to change this item dot. We now get the 2 properties of pet name and person name. So we'll do person name first. So here what we have is person name and pet name. So item is our variable here, and we're just accessing the name that we saw. So you can see here we now have Alice is the owner of Milo, Bob is the owner of Charlie, and Charlie has pet called Attens. We can create a new anonymous subject and not only use the pet name but also use p name. So essentially what we have done is we had a list here. Within the list we had a list of people, and then within there we had a list of pets individually. And what we've done is we have extracted the pets over here and we have extracted the name of the person over here, and we have just put them in a single list like object, enumerable list object. This is what you get. So you basically get the person name and their pet, person name and their pet. So then you can easily loop through. So here's the object here. So this object refers to this. So we can just loop through that using for each, and we can just print out person name, and we can then also print out the pet name.